hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to another episode of the Indigo Wisdom Podcast. I'm your host and sister friend, Shatia Owsley, and thank you for watching and or listening. So sit back, grab some tea and a notebook, and let's vibe together as we have organic and practical conversations embracing intuitive womb wisdom, spirituality, and a sprinkle of magic to rebel, restore, and radiate overall wellness in our lives. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Indigo Wisdom Podcast. I am your host and your sister friend, Shatia Owsley, and I would like to welcome everyone to today's conversation. Today, we are joined by the founder of Family Rooted LLC, who has built a brand centered on connection, legacy, and growth. Family Rooted LLC focuses on creating opportunities and resources that support families and entrepreneurs in building strong foundations financially, mentally, and emotionally. Today, I would like to introduce our guest, Miss Angel Brown. Say hey.
Hi, how you doing?
Angel Brown is a dynamic business owner, a wellness advocate, and a fitness influencer dedicated to empowering individuals and strengthening communities through purpose-driven work. In addition to her entrepreneurial work, Angel is the creator of Black Girl Pretty Fit, a fitness and lifestyle brand that inspires women, especially Black women, to embrace health, confidence, and self-discipline without sacrificing authenticity. Through fitness content, motivation, and real-life transparency, Black Girl Pretty Fit challenges unrealistic standards and promotes strength at every stage of the journey. Miss Angel, I'm so glad that you are here today. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I do appreciate it.
So let's just talk about how you got started on this journey. Have you always been into fitness and family, or was there something that happened in your life that changed the trajectory of where you were going and started you on this path of healing and wellness?
We have to run it back. So basically, I've always been athletic, in junior high, high school, elementary. I played basketball, did track. My adult years, my 20s mostly in and out the gym. But for the most part, I want to say I've always been fitness and, worked out or something along those lines. So with that being said, I started off in banking. I did a Bank of America, Wells Fargo for 10 years on and off. And through that journey, I worked at so many banks. It's crazy like to think about it because it's like in life, you just repeat the same things and like you kind of get nowhere with them. So it took me almost 10 years to figure that out. Like, this is not what I want to do because every time I'm in a teller position, that's mostly what it was. Like, I wanted to be a branch manager, but I could never obtain that. While we running it back, I ended up getting pregnant with my son. I was in Chicago at the time. I ended up moving to Missouri, where my family is. I have family in Chicago as well, but they're from Missouri. They branch and move out. Have aunties that moved to Chicago. Um, it's a little slow town. So I'm from Washington, Seattle, Washington, basically. It's come about 30 minutes south of Seattle. That's where I was born and raised. So I was pregnant with my son. I was working at a bank and I'm in Missouri. I ended up having my son. I'm like, I got to go back home, which is, Washington. I got to make some money, being a single mom, So my cousin, he told me, he said, why don't you, when you come back up here, why don't you work with children and families? It's a whole new genre. I've never worked with children and families the way that I've worked with them now. The closest thing I've done was coach kids basketball. I enjoyed coaching kids basketball. I was in Chicago. It was like a camp that I would help out with and coach basketball for the children. So that's the only experience I had with children. And he was like, did you do it for over a year? I was like, yeah. He was like, okay, well, when you come back home, when you have your son, come back up here and I'll get you connected. And at that time, I was working on my first master's in organizational management. Pregnant with my son and all. So I was working on my first master's. So once I moved back home, I started working with the children and families through DCYF, Department of Children, Youth, and Families. They do contracts with organizations, that work with families. So I was working for a contracted agency at the time. So fast forward, I move up here, have my son, I move up here, I start working with children and families. So basically, what we do is we pick up foster children from school, daycare, or from their caregiver's home, and we'll take them to a secure location to have supervised visits with their parents, with their bio parent. During this time, we take notes, and these notes go to the courts to determine if the child goes back home with their parent or not. So for me, I end up really loving it because I felt like I was helping bridging the gaps between families. Some of these parents, to be transparent, some of these parents are substance abuse parents. Some of these parents may have sexually abused their children, physically abused their children, neglect, so things like that. Um, Me personally, I worked with mostly families that were substance abused or domestic violence. I didn't work with parents with sexual abuse because that's my personal preference. Everyone, have their preference. Not to judge them or to go in on them, but that's just my preference that I choose not to work with parents. And I wish them the best, I wish those families the best. But so anyways, I end up really, really, loving to work with the children and families. Like I said, being that person to bridge the gap between the families. I'm just there to support, parents need resources. I could refer them back to their social worker, but if I have resources to help them with, food, where to find a job, I'm more than welcome to help them with things like that. Just seeing the children happy to be with, like, these children love their parents. No matter, I've come to see that children really love unconditionally. They really do. They love their parents unconditionally. So, just seeing that dynamic of me, like I said, being that person to help bridge the gap between the families. I wanted my own business. I wanted to get my own contract, and not only that, but just creating the jobs for people to work up under me. And we all have the same mindset. I have the same vision and goal of what we really want to do with these families. And again, to be transparent, because some people are in it for the money, and I understand that part. We are working with a vulnerable community, and you can't just be in it for the money. There has to be some part of you that has to have empathy, sympathy, and the mindset to work, with families, because you can come in and judge these families, but that's not what we're here for. We're not here to judge them. So I want to create a team that was like-minded like that. And that was back in 2017. I'm sorry, give you a little dates. Back in 2017 when I started becoming a visit supervisor, that's what they call us. And we work for the Family Time sibling visit program with the state of Washington. So once I got my first master's degree in 2017, I moved on to my second in psychology. Working with these children and families, I just wanted, another degree um, that would put me in a position to help them more. So I went back to school to get my second master's degree back in 2017. I graduated with my master's in psychology in 2019. So I'm still a business supervisor at this time. So 2019 comes along, I'm kind of feeling, I want my own business. I want to be able, like I said, create jobs. And it's just when you're on your journey and God tells you no, you have to listen. You have to listen to the no's, and that's not always a bad thing. That don't mean that yes will happen, a couple of years later. Oh, 2019, I kinda got a little, I ain't gonna say depressed, but I was a little under the weather because, I'm done with my degree. I'm ready to do more in the community. I wanna get my contract. At this time, I was offered a contract, but I was not ready. I was not ready at the time. So then I'm still, helping these families out in the community. Fast forward 2021, I just decided to get back in shape, get back in the gym, get back in shape. I started Black Girl Pretty Fit. I started Black Girl Pretty Fit for mental health, physical health, financial health, spiritual health. I want to encourage women, especially moms, no matter where lives take us, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves. We almost got to become a little selfish in a way to I'm trying to find the words. We would have to become selfish in a way to get to where we need to be in life. But being a mom, I understand that my child does come first, but a part of me has to come first. Like I take 1 hour out of my day to take care of myself at the gym. I'm not saying everybody should take care of themselves that way. Read a book, gain knowledge and wisdom. You're eating, eat a salad, you know. If you don't like salad, substitute your salad for fruits. If you like fruits, if you're more of a fruit person than a vegetable person, go for a walk. It doesn't always have to be vigorous activities, running, jumping, just to clear your mind. Get with a group of women that you could talk to and, vent and have some type of a sister circle. Black Girl Pretty, like I said, came about. And the name Black Girl Pretty, I just think us Black women, we're pretty. We are so pretty in different shades, body types. I'm just so in awe of not just our physical, but our resilience, how we carry ourselves, how strong we are, as mothers, as wives, as friends, as sisters, as daughters. Like they say, if I have to come back to this world again, I would want to be a Black woman every time. I want to come back as a Black woman. I don't want to be nothing else but a Black woman. So, so that's where like the Black girl part of the Black Girl Pretty Fit came from. But like I said, it's for mental, financial, or spiritual health and wealth. So that's where Black Girl Pretty came from. Like I said, I started that in 2021. Started making excuse me, oh, my eyes are watering. I started with the brand in 2021. I have a website. We have clothes on there. I also started last year Black Girls Hike. I started that in June of 2025. We're here in the Pacific Northwest, so we have a lot of mountains, trails, greenery up here. So I started that. I had the first group of women. It's maybe about 15 or 20 of us. It was a nice little turnout. It was a nice turnout. So it was nice. Women I didn't even know. I posted on social media. They came from up north or down south, and we just met, and it was nice. It was really nice to get together with a group of women that just wanted to be in nature and they wanted to soak up the greenery, to talk about certain things. And, we broke off in little groups, maybe two of us back here talking, and then the rest of us up here are three of us, just to get to know each other. And it was beautiful. We did it, I believe, two more times in July and then in September. It gets a little cold out here and rainy. So I'm going to pick it back up in April. So my goal is to pick it back up in April if the weather, permits it. So that's what's going on with Black Girl Pretty right now. So yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I love it. I love it. I was making some notes as you were talking so that we could
Uh,
circle back and dive a little bit deeper on some of the things that
okay.
you discussed. One of the things that really stood out to me um, is when you recognize that you were going through a state of just being disconnected from
Mhm.
yourself and being
Mhm.
disconnected from your body, you went back to what you knew and you went back to working out because it was something that reminded you, hey, when I was exercising, it provided something for me that I may not be able to put into words. But when I was having my most uncomfortable or challenging times on this journey, I'm going to result back to what I know brought me a little bit of grounding or brought me a little bit of peace. And so I would like for you to share with those who may be in a challenging place right now,
Mhm.
what some of the benefits are to exercising.
Okay. So the physical part of fitness, of course, your health. Black women, African American women, w- when it comes to statistics, obesity, we lead in obesity, heart disease as well. So physically, and also as we age, we lose muscle mass. So, so physically, I mean, it'll put you in a whole new ball game of your health, Not only that, but once you'll feel good. Once you feel good, you'll look good. You'll see the changes of your body, of how you sleep. Some people don't sleep well. Magnesium. Stress, it helps out with stress as well, you know. So the physical part of it, I would say just overall taking care of your body. Your body's your home. It's your temple. So it takes care of your body. You said mental?
Mhm.
Mental wise.
Your mental health. Mhm.
Mental wise, for me being a business owner, circling back to Family Rooted, I have about 40 people under me, subcontractors, clients, and employees. So that could be a lot, a lot. So exercising really, I mean, when it comes to this it really helps out. Without it, I would say I'd probably be depressed. It's just because when you have business is hard work, especially when you have people under you. It's kind of like you're taking care. I'm the type of leader that I want to take care of my employees. So, and I care. Some people don't care. I care. So, to care and want to take care of your employees, it can be stressful. So, the mental of it helps with the stress. And going back to you said you read books. That kind of helped me get back into the gym too. Back in 2019, between 2019 and 2021, I read a few books. The Alchemist. That was a good. Have you read that book before?
Mhm.
That's a
Mhm.
pretty good book.
Yep.
Also
Mhm.
read I would say anyone who has challenges as well, I would say start off with the book, The Four Agreements. If you've never read The Four Agreements before, I say that's a self-help book. Have you read that book before too? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a great self-help book. I would say just to start off, it teaches you four agreements basically. Four agreements with yourself. I don't want to give out the agreements, but you have four agreements with yourself to stay motivated, keep going on your journey, and to kind of not talk bad about yourself, in other words. So people who might have any challenges, I would say as well too, because reading can take you to other levels as well too. And that's mental. That helps with the mental part is it as well. I'm sorry, you said the spiritual
And the spiritual.
meditation. It all works. I really think it all works in one. The spiritual, mental, and physical, mind, body, and soul. It all kind of wraps it as in one. Actually, meditate. I sometimes I go meditate in the spa or the sauna at the gym. You know, I'll after my workout, woosah, and I go in there and meditate, and I give thanks and gratitude, you know, to the Most High God or whatever one wants to call it. Spiritually, I mean, it all works together. I mean, if you, like I said, if you feel good, you look good. If your mental is good, I mean, you can focus and you can really make great decisions. You're not in such a survival mode. Some people get in survival mode, you know, when they're disconnected, you know, you're just so connected on trying to make the next dollar or make the next job or pay the next bill or whatever one survival mode may be. So I would say spiritually, if you don't meditate, pray. Some might pray. I'm not against religion if that's what helps one. Prayer, you know, if one wants to pray. But mentally, physically, and spiritually, I think it's all in one alignment. It all falls under one alignment and it all works together.
Mhm.
That's the best I
Yeah,
could
for
kind of put
sure.
it.
With all of the increased numbers when it comes to heart disease, we're talking about stress and anxiety.
Hmm.
I also noticed that there are a lot of women right now, specifically speaking of Black women, who are really doing the work to really take control of their mental health. And
Hmm.
so they are getting diagnosed later in life with ADHD or adult autism
Hmm.
as well. And so it's so interesting to hear their stories and for them to share that they now can put a name with some of the things that they have been
Yeah.
experiencing for years. And
Yeah.
so I think that is a beautiful thing. Just kind of continuing along that same vein, Black women can definitely benefit from the positive effects of exercise. And so when you
Hmm.
are working with Black women, what are some of the main points that you make to them when either you are hosting a hiking group, because that's a form of exercise, or if they're coming to you and you are consulting with them about the benefits of exercise? What are some of the things that you are explaining to them and telling them to encourage them to start on this fitness journey?
Well, when we meet up for hiking, it's just one of those things, come as you are type of things. But when we're out there, we're present. I can say that. We're just present. We're not thinking about what's going on over here. We're really in tune to the like I sent you some videos just to show you,
You
what we do on
did.
the hike.
And I will link
So
them.
yeah, so we're out there, looking at the water. We're out there with the trees, looking at the different trees. I sent you a picture of caterpillar. I haven't seen a caterpillar in years. I'm excited to see a caterpillar. So just to be out there, we're really present. And we all just agree that this is something that we need. When is the next hike? When we're going to be able to do this again? Because based off conversations, I could tell that this is something that we need. Us, Black women. Just based off of the everyday life of work, mom life, the kids. So to be present and to be with a group of women that's all, like I said, on the same page about life, where we are and where we want to go for the most part, that itself is healing, And then women who come to me that want to work out and the benefits, I just tell them it's hard. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's hard. You have to be consistent. You have to be motivation comes and goes. Motivation will come and go. But you have one life and you have one body. Personally, I do it for my son. I do it for my child. I do it for my son. I want to be able to be around for my grandchildren. I'm a manifest some grandchildren. I want to be around for my grandchildren. Like I said, it's hard, but I think that's where the self-love comes in too as well. Like, how bad do you want it? How much do you love yourself? Do you love yourself enough to give yourself 45 minutes to take care of yourself? You got 24 hours in the day, they say. Give yourself 1 hour of that time to take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, however one wants to do it. But that's your time.
I agree with you. Like you just mentioned, I continue to say to myself, I am committed to being the best mom,
Hmm.
human that I can be because my children deserve a mom who is regulated
Yes.
emotionally,
Yes.
and they deserve a mom who can show up and be present for them,
I agree.
and they can communicate with them and lead by example. And
Yes.
so in those moments when things are overstimulating, overwhelming, frustrating, those are the things that keep me up early, early in the morning before my house even
Mm-hmm.
wakes up to take
Mm-hmm.
time for myself to work
Mm-hmm.
out, to meditate, to do yoga. And I notice, the change in such a short period of time is indescribable. And so I'm so happy that you are creating a sense of community
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
a healthy and safe space for people to explore this. Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I truly love that. You are doing some amazing work
Thank you. Thank you.
with Family Rooted as well as with the hiking. If I was in Washington, I would be up there hiking with y'all.
We have a lot of military around here because we're close to Air Force and Army and Navy. The Navy brought my family to Washington, by the way. That's why we're Missouri, but my
Okay.
dad joined the Navy and we're up here in Washington. So that's how we got up here. But
Yes.
it's really nice. I mean, we got mountains. So it's a bunch of very diverse up here. So it's like a melting pot. So we have people from down south that come in. Actually, they stay. A lot of people end up staying that's from outside the state. So it's kind of
Mhm.
cool. Kind of cool.
Yes. I love it. So, what is on the horizon for you? What do you have planned for 2026? What
Okay.
is going on with either or both organizations that you are leading?
I'm gonna start with Black Girl Pretty Fit. Right now, Black Girl Pretty Fit. I'm in the middle of revamping everything. Like I need to revamp my website,
Mhm.
um, my clothing. I want to put out some new outfits by the summer. Some new outfits. Because I like workout clothes. But I feel like get some little cute workout clothes. You go there looking
Mhm.
cute, feeling cute.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
get some workout clothes. 2026, like I said, we're gonna start the Black Girls Hike back up again. I'm thinking about maybe doing maybe one co-ed because I know some fellas on Facebook. Can the fellas come? I'm like, I'll think about. Let me ask the ladies first and see what they think about it. Do we want them to come? Be in our space. So we might, let the fellas join. Just to get that masculine, see what that masculine energy do. So that's what's coming up for Black Girl Pretty Fit. Younger, family rooted.
Mm-hmm.
6. I have a couple of things in a melting pot. I will share this right now. I'm in the process of opening up a daycare facility, a childcare facility, Family Rooted Early Learning Center. My goal is I like to try to fill gaps of where we can help out in the community. So I'm trying to get a 24-hour facility
Wow.
from newborns to 12 months. So from newborns to 12 months, a 24/7 hour facility for parents who don't work traditional hours like hospitals. So I really want to be able to help the community and bridge that gap with parents who might need help, with childcare. So that's my next goal is to obtain a childcare facility.
How can they show up for you, support you, just follow you on your journey, or even possibly work with you? If they're in Washington, when you open up the hikes again, we would love to send people your way to join your community.
Okay, for Black Girl Pretty, it's at Black Girl Pretty Fit on Instagram and TikTok. And I do have a website. My email is abrown@blackgirlprettyfit.com. Family Rooted. On my website, it gives a little bit more information about what we do in the community. And
Awesome. Well, before we close out this amazing episode with you, there's always one question that I ask our guests before we close, like as I
Mhm.
mentioned, and that is with all of your lived experience, everything that you've been through, the things that you have seen, what would you tell little Angel?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I don't want to get emotional. Oh my gosh.
Take your time.
I've never thought about that before. But I would tell her, you're good. You're doing good. You're doing
Yes,
good.
you are.
Even through the challenges, you're doing good. I would. I'm sorry.
No,
I
no
just didn't
apology
think
needed.
it's just I would. I tell her keep going and getting better. I didn't even think I'm getting emotional. Woo. Yes, I tell her to keep going, no matter what. Just keep going. Life is beautiful
Absolutely.
through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Life is beautiful, and just keep going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for
Thank
your
you.
story.
Thank
I
you.
want to thank you for allowing us to hold space for you. And so, thank you again for being here today. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
enthusiasm. Thank you for
Thank you.
your tears of feeling comfortable to be with us. I know I caught you off guard. I'm sorry.
It's all good. That was a great question. I never took the time to thought to what would I tell little Angel
Hmm.
today? And it's like, oh my gosh, girl,
Yeah.
what?
Listen, well, my job is done. I did what I was supposed to do. Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely. But again, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for all of the work that you are doing in Washington and sharing all over the internet. And
Of course.
so please watch out for Angel. Please send her your love and your support. Yes, will keep an eye on you. We will continue to keep watching, supporting, loving on you, and encouraging you as you continue to pour into the community. Don't forget to pour into yourself and to
Yeah.
do those little angel check ins from time to time
Will
just to
do.
continue to keep you moving forward. Again, thank you everybody for
Thank
joining on
you.
this episode
Thank you.
today. And thank you, Angel, for being here. We will see you in the next one. Peace.
Thank you.